Hey, this is Paora. Today's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to get a little personal, and if it sounds a little bit like a rambling, probably is. I want to do something different today. I committed to myself that I'd do a video every Sunday, and so I'm here for my report, sir. And I am feeling a little bit kind of melancholy, a little bit cool, and I just wanted to share some stuff with you. To this point, most of my videos, if you go back and look at them, are pretty much talking about life, about personal development, about improving yourself. My dad was a teacher, and I guess I got some of that, and so most of my inclination is to teach and to share ideas, to be creative. And I don't know, sometimes I think maybe that's, I think I got tired of that a little bit with my dad, and so maybe I'm being a little bit tired of myself of always wanting to teach. But the intent's good. I always want to help others, to share ideas that I get, to improve the world if I can. So that part is, that's okay. So I want to tell you just a little bit about myself, because I feel like maybe if you knew more about me, the inside me, then maybe you'd watch more of my videos. Is that the intent? Like, everything on YouTube is all designed around getting more views, more subscribers, more. And I'm kind of not into that. I'm kind of blasé about trying to hustle things. Like, I always forget to say, okay, make sure and turn on your notifications. Okay, make sure and subscribe. I rarely do that. I feel like if the material's good, if what I'm producing for you is worthwhile, then you're going to want to subscribe, right? And if you don't, then that's okay too, because there's some other really great material back there. Back there. So there's a couple of funny little things that's going on with me right now. I don't know if you saw it or not, but maybe you did. I did a video on my teeth getting pulled. See this guy right here? It's gone. It was poking out and it was hurting, and so I decided it was time for it to go. But the interesting thing about it is that I've been very self-conscious about me and my mouth and my smile. Like, when I smile, it shows up. So I've been thinking about kind of a new approach to this. I've been thinking about telling people it wasn't really about getting my teeth pulled. It was that I had a fight with Mike Tyson, because he lives here locally somewhere. And that's what caused it. Is, it gave me a really good punch, and that was it. And then that way I kind of look like him? No. Well, anyway, the idea is that I've been trying to work on this self-consciousness about my tooth. Now, clearly, I got to do some work, and I don't have to, but I want to get it replaced with probably an implant. But I've had really negative experiences with the whole dental industry thus far. And so I've been hesitating. So I'm thinking about maybe, instead of like replacing the tooth, maybe make this my part of my beauty look, That's my identifier. It's my way of being different. What do you think? So when people think about Paora, they think, oh yeah, that's that guy that has a hole in his mouth. Because, I've known a lot of women particularly, that if your teeth aren't just looking just right, they will not talk to you. That is just like disgusting. There's such a big societal pull on having to have your teeth just right. It's like, if you don't have your teeth right, they're not going to date you. They're not going to talk to you. They're not going to, yeah. So I'm kind of fighting that a little bit. Like, it's okay to be without a tooth, and the other teeth are gone too. And that it's okay to be me, and there must be a way, even though I have this big hole in my mouth, that I can be okay. Like, I am more than my teeth. I am more than my body, and that I have more value than what people think of me just because I have a gap. And me and Mike Tyson, we're going to hang out soon, I'm sure. The other thing I was thinking about was kind of funny is I found out that there was this real interesting thing on shirts that I never knew about. I was looking through Amazon one day. Let me see if I can pick this up. So look down here. Let me see if I can get this. See right here? So there's this little loop right here. You know what that's for? I'm going to take this out. It's going to be a little noisy here. See that little loop right there? I'm an old guy, and I never knew that this was what this loop was for. But it's actually for like tactical people. You know what that's for? I just figured this out. Like I got a few decades behind me. That one is for sunglasses. I think that's funny. I think it's funny. Who would have guessed that cool guys would have a loop for their sunglasses? I didn't ever know that. So I'm cool. I'm cool because I got this loop. I got this loop right here. And I got this place for my sunglasses. Now, I don't really wear sunglasses that much. They kind of hurt me. They bother me. So it's not really that great for me because I don't have sunglasses. But I'll tell you what, for videos, look at that, baby. My little microphone, my little mini mic, hooks right on there, on that hook there. And it's pretty cool. I'm feeling pretty stylish. Because it's on the right level. It's right, like I used to do a lot of audiovisual stuff. And when we set up microphones for people at the conventions, that's where we put their mic. It's a perfect height, and it just hangs there. It doesn't go anywhere. It's secure. It's happy. I'm just tickled pink. So yeah, so that's the deal with the my white shirts. So I haven't been able to find anybody else that has those cool sunglasses hooks in their shirts. So you know what I did? I bought 3 pairs. So I've got this shirt here. It's kind of stylish, right? It's got the 2 pockets. It's got buttons. It's got a really cool thing on the back. It's a flap, you know, for ventilation. I mean, it's a hip outfit. Plus, it's big. Look how big big that is. Doesn't even show up my belly that much. So, makes me so I'm not look so fat. So anyway, I got these 3 shirts as backups because you know what happens with white shirts, don't you? You drool a lot, you spill a lot, you eat around them, and pretty soon you got a stain over here, and a stain over here, stain over here, stain over here. So yeah, I made this big purchase. I was saying, man, I don't know if I'm gonna ever find another shirt that has a cool sunglass loop, and if I have anything to do with it, my white shirt is going to be stained. It's going to have stuff on it, you know, all over eventually. So I got backups. I got 2 more white shirts just like this, so that if you ever see one of my videos again, and you may not want to after this, then you're going to probably see me in this cool white shirt. Now, the point is, I just want to make sure that you know that even though I have this hole in my mouth and I don't have a replacement yet, and my teeth are kind of, they're okay, that I do wash my shirts, okay? So I'm not just wearing one shirt for every shoot, okay? We're mixing up a little bit. We don't want to wear them out because you never know when you're going to be able to find another shirt with a cool loop. And so I am rotating them, just so you know. I rotate those and my socks and my shoes. So we just want to clear some things up with you with regards to my personal image, my profile, and make sure that you see me as this kind of cool, hip, old guy. So that's that. I wanted to talk just a little bit about my background because I think it's an interesting one. I was born in a place called Salt Lake City, Utah, and about, I think, 8 or 9, my dad bought a house from my uncle out in a place called Bountiful, and I was just hanging out. We were doing our thing there in Bountiful, Utah. I got some really great friends, some people I hung out with, some people that turned out were really great for me. And then my dad found out that there was a teaching position opening up in this beautiful place in the world called New Zealand. And this place turned out to be amazing. So I'm halfway through 9th grade. We're just in the summer break. And we fill up this great big huge wood box on the front yard to haul all of our stuff we need for 4 years down to this place we've never heard of or seen. And in the middle of a snowstorm, we hauled out of Salt Lake City International Airport and headed to Hawaii, where it was really hot and all of our coats and our galoshes didn't really work very well. And then we flew down to Samoa. And then we arrived in this idyllic little place called New Zealand. And all these people were there to pick us up, and they didn't have enough room. I'm the oldest of 7 children. My parents knew how to pack them in. They had 7 kids in 10 years. Figure that one out. So I'm the oldest, and so I was responsible. I was the one that had to take care of all the kids. I was the babysitter. I was the dishwasher. I was responsible for all of it. And so that's kind of how I grew up. And most of my learning years, which would be 14 through probably 22, were spent in this cool little city. I call it a city. It's a really small little town, really, that all centered around this school called the Church College of New Zealand. And we lived in this house that was made out of brick that was made by the labor missionaries that built this whole town, including the school, and there was a temple there as well. And so we had this like really interesting kind of space where I grew up with Polynesians, mostly Maori or mixed Maori, a lot of other whites as well at times, and then we just lived totally embedded in this amazing culture of New Zealand, which was kind of a combination of Polynesian and English at the time. I even got my teeth straightened there, so that they were straight ones. I had 4 years of braces there. So anyway, I went to school. I tried to do good. I did okay. I was actually, I moved to the highest level we could go, but then when I got to the university there, it was so tough. I was taking 27 hours a week, and it was just really tough. I got my first D and my first F. It was unbelievable. And it was just kind of a shock to me. And I actually I had a very religious upbringing. My whole upbringing was all in one faith. And I actually spent 2 years on a mission there in New Zealand, which was kind of weird because I was only about, I don't know, at one point I was only a 2-hour drive from my parents, which was kind of unusual, but it was kind of cool because I got to live in and enjoy and be a part of the culture that I grew to love with a lot of my mates that were there on the mission with me. So I had a really religious background, and then at some point it was time to come home. So after about 9 years, we came back to the U.S., and I tried university here in the United States. I pushed through and got my bachelor's degree in business management, and then started in work. And I say started work. I've worked pretty much all my life. When I first moved to New Zealand, I needed money, or I wanted money. My first job was slinging cow shit on a farm that the church owned. And we were putting up fences and doing all kinds of stuff like that. And I was 14, and I got the big sum total of 50 cents an hour. And I've worked ever since. Then when I got back, I met this amazing woman, and we got married, and I started growing a business that failed. And so I went through a lot of trauma from that and never quite came back from that, I don't think. But we had 6 amazing children, 4 girls, 2 males, and every one of them is doing really quite good. I'm so grateful for my life. Unfortunately or fortunately, after 20 years, we parted ways, and I moved to this crazy, crazy town called Lost Wages, and have been working in the audiovisual industry, putting in conventions for over 20 years here. And so I got a big taste of the whole AV world because we did a lot of conventions each year. And I learned a lot about it. It worked out quite well for me. I have about an 8 or 9 hour drive distance between me and my children, which has been kind of tough, but I've made hundreds of trips to try and be with them and connect with them and to try and be a better dad than I was before. So I am now shifted out of AV, and I'm doing YouTube full time, pretty much. I wouldn't say full time because maybe, not that many videos, maybe 10 or 15 a month. But I decided, even though I was retired from the audiovisual world, I needed something to keep myself active, and I wanted to do something that would utilize some of the skills that I had developed in the industry I was in. So here I am, with a hole in my teeth and with a cool white shirt with a little microphone that hangs on that sunglasses loop right there. I think probably the main thing that I felt from my life that might be unique, might be different, might be help other people, was way back when I was married. I started reading some books called Conversations with God. It was really changed my life. A friend of mine introduced me to these books. I started thinking about this, and I thought, if this guy could do this, then why can't everybody else? And maybe, that seems kind of sketchy, but maybe I could also. Theology I was brought up in, there was this guy that claimed to have met God and Jesus in person and had a lot of what they call revelations. And so I thought, okay. And he said that anybody could do the same thing he did. So I thought, okay, why not? And I was really scared. It took me months and months and months. But eventually I started this practice where I would sit down and record kind of like a journal and talk about my life. And then I learned, it didn't come natural to me, I learned to just like get quiet. And then these ideas would start flowing to me. And I was looking for ideas to help me and to help the world. And the part of the issue was that it took a while for me to connect. But the part that was so helpful to me, because I had prayed all my life and never got any response, meditation didn't work for me, was that I was able to turn this connection, this thought connection, into an exchange or a conversation, a dialogue. And so I started something that has changed my life forever. And I've been talking about it. I've been talking to people about it for as long as I've been doing this. I have 3 books with Amazon. One of them was published by a publisher. The others are self-published. And I've been doing videos here on YouTube for well over, it's got to be 30 years now. So I've been kind of pumping this. I've been trying to talk people into this because I think it's a cool thing. I've been trying to talk to them and say, hey, you can connect via thought with the divine, with these entities that are so loving and caring and cool and friendly and nice and smart. And this was kind of like the only thing that I could think of that I really wanted to approach other people with. I had this thing happen, which is, like I say, to communicate. And I have like 30 years of writings with them, talking to them about me and my issues and about the world and about life. And that still is kind of my main emphasis. I think it's still my cool piece, which is that I can connect at any time to the divine and be able to share what they have to say with you. And for me too. Clearly it's for me mostly. So that's probably a big event in my life, and that's probably what you'll hear mostly about from my life. But also I'm trying to do some things like they've been teaching me for over 30 years. I've been trying to share some of those ideas, not necessarily just like, okay, I'm connected with them and I'm cool, but to like take some of the wisdom and the ideas that I've got from them and turn that into something. So that's kind of my thing. It's a little snippet on me. I hope I haven't bored you to tears. But I have had a good life. I'm very grateful. I'm healthy. I'm strong. I'm capable. And I have this amazing, very unique, I think, connection. It's not like other people don't connect with the unseen. But I feel like that because I talk to these 3 entities, God, Goddess, and Jesus, that I'm the coolest. That this is the best, and you can't go any higher than that. So, and I did that just so that I would have some more firepower for my family, who's still very religious and wants me to stop talking to the devil or whatever it is I do. So it's been an interesting journey. I am pushing the edges. I'm always trying to get to the edge of things. I have found some really amazing ideas and concepts. I'm just trying to figure out how to share them so people can recognize them and benefit from them. And I'm also trying to just live my life, do some good things for people, and move forward. That's the behind the scenes look at me. I have a lot of love, a lot of gratitude, and a lot of happiness in my life. I also have a lot of sadness and misgivings about my life because of how things have turned out at times and mistakes I've made and those things. But in general, I really have a blessed life. I feel like I am the most fortunate man alive because of all the many great things that's happened to me and this great help I get. So there you go. There's my story, Hori. I have much more to share. I hope you'll join me, and I would love to hear your comments if you want to talk to me. I'm kind of been doing this like one way, and I prefer it to be back and forth. So if you want to talk to me in the comments, communicate with me, talk to me, ask me questions, whatever. I'm open. That's what I prefer. I'm a people person, and I enjoy the interaction just like I do the interaction with the divine. So I'm interested in all of that. If you don't want to talk to me, that's cool. I'm going to keep doing what I do, and hopefully I can give you some ideas and some motivation and a nice space for you to develop yourself and have the kind of life that you can be, especially knowing that you can connect with the other entities in the universe and get some help from them. And maybe some help from me, because I'm totally committed to helping others and to doing a good thing for everyone. That's me for today. That's my ramble. Rambling on, as Led Zeppelin said. I love you. I want you to do well. I'm here and committed to help you if I can. Thank you. Oh yeah, thank you. Now I'm starting to smile with like this because of this, but now I want to go back to this. Me and Mike, baby. See ya.